3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Friday Night Live,
Hello.
what you're listening to. It's great to be back. It's going to be a great show. I mean, I'm in a good mood. Been having a great time. Almost too much of a good time, like talking before the show. So we're in a good mood. Been talking about all sorts of things, bikes and beards and Japan and all sorts of stuff. It's going to be a great show. I'm excited to have Mike and Bobby back. Good to see you guys again.
Great to see you. Thanks for having us.
Frank, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Long-time supporter of the show, long-time viewer. Appreciate it. It's going to be a great show. Let's do the housekeeping, which is quite simple. I just click this button. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out. Can't do any harm. There you go. It's gone now, right? There we go. There we go. Hey, Pam. How you doing? Cheers, Pam. Good to see you. Cheers. Everyone having a little drink tonight? I'm.
Oh, yes.
Cool. There we go. For anyone who's like watching for the first time, it's a very simple kind of show. Each of us have 5 records we want to nerd out and we're excited to talk about. We go around 5 times and just have a great time talking about records, punk, hardcore. Who knows what's going to happen? And it's always a great time. So make yourselves known in the comments if we screw up or you want to say something. It's your show. Audience participation is important. And let's have a good time nerding out about some great records and forget about the outside world for a couple of hours on a Friday night and have a good time. Cheers.
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 Okay, I just said before I show my first official pick, I gotta you'll probably see this record behind me. People have been asking me. So this record was in the thumbnail or the graphic for the episode. So a lot of people say, "What the hell is this record?" It's a compilation record called "God Save Us" from the USA. It came out in England in 1987, and it's a benefit album for the Nicaragua Solidarity Campaign. I don't remember what was going on with America and Nicaragua in the 80s, but all British bands. It's amazing. It's like you got Zounds, Culture Shock, ex-Subhumans band, Instigators, Heresy, and even like the Newtown Neurotics. So it's a real mix of bands on this. So that's what this was. This was the record in the episode graphic. It's not my pick, but people were asking me, so there you go.
All right.
It's on Mad Mike. It's on Mad Mike Records too, but it wasn't me. Happy Mike Records. Happy Mike. That's a Freudian slip. There is Happy Mike Records put out. So that's what that is. Hey, the gangs. We're all everyone's here now. There we go.
Hey, is that Greg
Yo.
Hey, Elway.
Hey.
My hetero life mate, Michael Casey.
My hetero was prior.
Tony. Everyone's here. All right. There we go. All right.
Awesome.
My first official pick. Got something new out of Philly. Philly's finest Ramones leather jacket punk purveyors of Ramones punk have a new LP out on I say LP, it's like 16 minutes long. I guess these things are counting as LPs these days. I'm not complaining. I don't mind a 20-minute, 50-minute LP. I'm on board. I'm talking about, of course, the incredible Dark Thoughts.
So good.
Good. Right. From Philly. Obviously, Highway to the End. Obviously, it's a nod to Road to Ruin. Obviously, the cover, and the title. I've got a new system. Look at this.
Look at you.
Look, after 140 episodes, I finally get Yeah, I mean, this band, they do so much with so little. It's so basic and stripped down and simple, and yet it's kind of deep. It's there's a lot to discover. There's all these melodies that are don't necessarily show themselves on the first listen. It's total Ramones worship, but kind of done in a kind of a hardcore style, I guess. It's kind of dark, but it's also really kind of uplifting.
Have they come to Japan yet?
No, I don't think
absolutely need to.
They should do. They should do. Yeah. I mean, this is their 4th LP. I mean, pretty much every LP is kind of the same. This one has like a bit more of a variety. There's that like the slower song, Please Don't Be Lonesome. It's like which comes near the end, which is like a sort of semi-acoustic kind of song. But man, sometimes there's like no choruses, like no guitar solos, and yet they're like super catchy, like 1 minute and 20-second songs. They're kind of geniuses, really, like how they.
They're one of the best going right now. At least,
oh, yeah.
Definitely in the States for sure, easily.
Perfect for my attention span.
Right, it's nice. It's nice. Get in, get out.
That's perfect.
I mean, Jeff, this is on Stupid Bag Records. Jeff was kind enough to send a copy to me. But man, okay, this is just an observation. Like was it the 90s? There was a lot of this kind of Ramones punk. Like, and Ramones and bands doing like the covers, right, of covering Ramones albums and all that kind of stuff, right? There was a lot of
like labels doing it, I feel like.
Yeah, right? Somehow like Dark Thoughts are like channeling the Ramones, and yet they don't sound like Screeching Weasel or any of those bands. It's different, right?
Was that one label like Mutant Pop? Was that like it?
Wasn't that like the Reverend Norb's label? I don't remember, man. But that was definitely a thing at one point, like Ramones, like Leather Jacket Punk, with like all these bands doing like Ramones covers albums and stuff, right? But it's incredible. They managed to channel the Ramones, but like, yeah, are still kind of dark and like super catchy. Incredible band. Dark Thoughts, Highway to the End, Stupid Bag Records, 2025. Check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, Bobby endorsed, right? One of the best.
I love it. They're one of my favorite bands.
Oh, yeah?
That could have easily been a choice today, but,
do they sell well in the store?
Absolutely. Yeah, every album, and this one too. It's been awesome.
Cool. There you go. That's my first pick.
Hell yeah.
Short and
Great
sweet.
Pick.
Thank you. All right, Mike.
All right.
Pick of today.
As holding with tradition, I changed like 3 of my records at the last minute. And this one is one I brought in today. This is going back to New Jersey, 2005, which in my head isn't that long ago, but it's 20 years ago,
right,
which is nuts.
Right.
This band has members of Tear It Up, Splitting Headache, Snakebite, Nightbirds. This band and Kill Your Idols were attached at the hip from 2004 to 2006, probably. I've listened to this record fairly regularly since it came out, and I listened to it the other day, and Forward to Death.
Oh, yeah.
Great record. I mean, grossly overlooked by people not from the area.
Okay.
Like I said, Kill Your Idols was attached at the hip with these guys. We toured California together. All wonderful people, phenomenal musicians, each one of them, and just fun to be around. It's just stripped down hardcore. It's no nonsense, mid-late 80s hardcore. Fast parts, brief mosh part, back to the, great vocals. Andy Scarpulla was an amazing front man. Just a great record that I can't recommend enough. And, I like to go through the whole rigmarole. So it comes with the thing that has the thing, so you could hear the things that he's saying.
The lyric sheet.
Yeah, that's it. And, it's Purdy. There's also a red vinyl one. If anyone's holding on to a test press, get at your boy, because I've been looking for one for years. As many things as these guys have hooked me up with over the years, none of them ever had an extra test press. So, it was, I could still use one. And they are doing a reunion show, which I'm going to try my hardest to make at the legendary Log Cabin in New Jersey on November 29th with Pish Jeans, maybe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think I could be getting that part wrong. But also, one thing I meant to start with, I'm just going to throw this in real quick, is RIP to the GOAT.
Yes.
That was a tough one. Right after Ozzy losing Ace. Ace is the reason I play guitar. So
I saw that post. It's funny, isn't it? Cheers, yeah, rest in peace. I mean, I'm not a Kiss fan at all, but everyone loves Ace, right? Even if you're not a Kiss fan. The only Kiss album that I have in my collection, guess what it is? It's the Ace Frehley solo album, right?
It's the best Kiss record.
It's the best Kiss record.
You know, I, as you all know, because we're all good friends, I'm a huge Kiss guy, but that was rough. That was a rough one, and I just wanted to send out some love and respect to Ace Frehley. So that's my first pick. That's my ode to Ace.
This is a good kind of topic, actually. It's come up quite a bit recently. Is that era of hardcore is kind of old enough now that maybe we're going to start to see like they'll be like starting to be seen in a different light. They were kind of classics of the era, you know. Then it's not quite far back in the rear view mirror yet, but I think maybe 10, 15 years later, there's a lot of classic records.
Just to think that was 20 years ago is nuts. I have the spider tattooed.
Wow.
I love those guys.
Wow.
That album came out right at an era where I was really beginning to get really heavily involved. A little bit younger. So like I remember them doing a lot and seeing them a couple times, and man, they were so sick. To me, they were a big band, and I didn't know if they were or weren't, but they definitely toured the East Coast. I guess they toured the West Coast. I never really knew what.
Yeah, we flew out there. Kim Possible was our tour mom.
Oh yeah,
she did a great job. Elway's saying, loved playing shows with Forward to Death. Our band Celebrity Murders would play a lot of those shows with Kill Your Idols and Forward to Death. And I've stayed in touch with the fellas over the years. They mean a lot to me as human beings, and I never haven't listened to Forward to Death. So check it out if you haven't.
I haven't.
If you have heard them,
they were great, and the guys went on to other bands that were all, all equally as good.
Yep.
I know Elway's kept in touch with some of the guys as well. It's good people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if like Tear It Up and Kill Your Idols is in your vernacular, like you got to add that one to it for sure.
Yeah.
And they would play a bunch of Dead Kennedy songs live, which was great. Andy would play guitar and Drew would do vocals. One of my fondest memories of playing shows with them was them doing California Uber Alice at Gilman Street.
Wow.
And it was sick. It was so much fun.
Does that mean there's a connection to Planet on a Chain? Is there? No.
I think it's 6 Degrees of Separation because the singer from Planet on a Chain was in Tear It Up.
Tear It Up,
okay,
right?
Okay.
So it does connect, but just
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's adjacent.
Okay. There you go.
FTD adjacent.
Okay. Beautiful. Great first pick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Bobby, what's your first pick?
It's me? All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. I'm gonna pick this one. You mentioned Dark Thoughts. They're about to go on tour with. Let me see if I can do what you're doing. Nope. Baton Army. They're from Canada. It's like Oi. It's on La Vida S on Muse. So checking off the right boxes there. All in French. Really anthemic. Like they do a lot of like, rather than like sing-alongs, it's kind of like more like cheers where like, I don't know. There's parts where there's like, whoa, rather than like a lyric, and it's just like really catchy. I kind of put it on a lot at work, and yeah, they're about to do a US tour with Dark Thoughts, and I spin the shit out of this record.
It's amazing.
Out of this record.
I got to check that out. That label's been putting out a ton of great stuff.
Oh, they're great.
And there's so much more to come as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, because we're like, I'm about like a month and a half behind, so I'm playing catch up, but like, so it's like the wallet is screaming because there's so much like, good stuff down. I mean, the Home Front album is like one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. But there's
it's coming. That's coming real soon.
That's coming real soon, right? Yeah.
What's,
there's like more. There's more like whoa on that record than any other record this year, like combined. I think
this thing's just real fun. Like I don't want to compare it to like a soccer match or something, but like because I feel like that gives you the wrong impression of the kind of record you're getting. But it's straightforward. Oi, it's real fun. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I think that video as well is funny. Have you seen the video they did for that one, the lead off track of one of the singles? It's
I don't think I've seen their video.
Okay, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool video. Great frontman as well, right, in that band.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet, and I think I'm going out of town the day they play Richmond. Unfortunately, is the day we leave Richmond, but fingers crossed. We'll see.
That's in my top 10 of the year so far.
Oh, killer.
Yeah, as is
Yeah,
Dark
that
Thoughts.
I gotta definitely check that out because that label, it just seemed to like for me kind of exploded out of nowhere. It was like I found one band, and then within like a month, it was like, okay, then the Homefront came out. Then they started just kind of churning out stuff, and like you said,
I was
get hit with the wallet.
right.
Rough.
I was kind of curious if this was something that had been on here a bunch of times, but I don't know.
I think I showed it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
But you know what happened? Say like, okay, so it doesn't like the E have like the accent, the French, the accent.
It does online. I don't see it on here, but
because even like the search engine is so sensitive that if what you type in doesn't exactly match, that it won't show up. So that's probably why. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's fine. One of the best of the year. So
hell yeah,
I'm happy to see it again.
Great.
All right, Frank, what's your
all right pick? First I have to preface this. Most of my musical taste is probably going to be horrendous for all of you.
I don't think so.
I understand. Well, in past episodes, I know everyone, they don't like the screamo, they don't like, so but that's where a lot of my interest lies.
Okay.
But I will say this. So this band, it's actually official releases today.
Okay.
Band from Virginia. They kind of overtook me, my wife, my friends, like in the 90s, were like the first time we got experience to them. It was like mind blowing. I love them to death. They just did a bunch of reunion shows, and they are called the Sleepy Time Trio. This is a reissue of their discography, split label release between the original label, Love It Records, and kind of relatively newer label, Solid Brass, that's kind of doing these amazing reissues of bands like Kerosene 454, Shotmaker, stuff like that. But the Sleepy Time Trio, they play that style of screamo that some people don't like, but it's as a matter of fact,
Frank
the funny thing was,
messaged me and said, Mike, D's gonna hate all my
it's like Mike's gonna hate my picks. They, I think there was something to be said for at the time when they came around. You'd go to these shows. There were small VFW halls, and one show in particular that stands out for me was we played with them in we didn't actually play with them, but we were in a squat in Philadelphia called Stalag 13, and the band just comes out and it's just noise, feedback noise, and then it just builds up, and when you felt the visceral reaction of the room exploding when they went into their songs, it was, to me, all these years later, I still crave that one moment. And they recreated it, a week later in ABC Nerio, where the floor was just bouncing up and down. And they just had such an amazing effect on myself, my friends, that we still reference them. Like when I play in bands, when we're writing songs, it's like, oh, play the Sleepy Time part. I have artwork of them all over my walls. I absolutely love them. I was so happy when this got put out because it collected all the stuff that was so hard to find, and put it in a remastered version. Beautiful. Maybe I'll do what Mike D does, and I'll show it off a little bit.
Go ahead.
So this one got the OB strip.
There you go.
This is the Love It version. And this one's on white. But what they did with this is came out, gatefold.
Oh, nice.
The words that Mike doesn't want to hear. White vinyl from Love It. And what I thought was impressive was that in the booklet, they actually cataloged all of their shows. So
that's cool.
Inside of this, you have every single show they played. So it isn't nice to look back and be like, oh, I was there. I went to that one. I went to this one. But great people, really had a great time. Had the pleasure of traveling with some of me and Mike D's friends. We went down. We went to a bunch of their shows together. It was really a great time. I really love this band. I'm happy they got to be my first pick on this show.
Beautiful.
I love that stuff when bands do that. I always tried to catalog and keep track of all the shows I played, and it never happened. Jawbox did it on that one.
Oh yeah.
What's that one? What is it called? The one that all their singles are on. It came out.
Was that Scrapbook?
Yes.
Scrapbook.
No. Yes. Inside there, because I like to again, like you said. Oh yeah, I was at that. I was at one. Though we played that whole tour. We did that. Like that was always fun to see. So I'll give you the pass on that for that one.
That's an awesome addition to a record for sure.
Yeah, and
that Floor Punch book in the back had all their shows too. I thought
that's crazy.
I think it's such a nice touch because looking back on myself, like I couldn't tell you where I played with my band. I never did it, and it's nice to see that somebody did it.
Yeah.
And it's just to me, and especially being able to pick out a laundry list of those shows. I was that one. That's the first show my wife saw, or
that's the best.
It was nice to have a retrospect.
Yeah.
That's the best
good.
part of it.
It'd be good to see too, because sometimes I merge shows in my head from a similar era. Or they were like all at the same venue, and I'm like, "Hey, remember that time these bands played together?" There's like 2 or 3 separate shows, but in my head it's one.
And if I would just may add, the since it was a split label, Love It has the white vinyl.
Okay.
Solid Brass has a bubblegum pink.
Okay.
So if anyone checks it out, it's again, and the music, 90s style screamo. Just amazing band. Sorry to hit you with these things though.
No.
There's more to come, Mike.
That's what this show's all about, homie.
Yeah. We talk about what we love, right?
I was just laughing because I watch a lot of the past shows and I'm going over, and one of the ones I put on today, Mike A distinctly was like, "I don't like screamo," and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a fun night."
I'm gonna switch my order around simply to keep it in Richmond, but we're going way back, like way back. First wave of Richmond, Virginia hardcore. A piece of hardcore history out of Virginia. Might be obscure. Beach Impediment rescued this and put it out last year. My good friend Chris Corey did the best he could with the tapes, and it sounds pretty great. I'm talking about Red Cross.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's more than one Red Cross, right? This is Red Cross from Virginia, 81 to 82, No Message. There's a lot of things I like about this record. Obviously, it's 81. Definitely influenced by the stuff that was coming out of DC, right? Back then, I would assume. And this was going to be like an actual record, like an actual album, I think. And so it's very cohesive, except maybe like the last few tracks. So it's not like a mishmash of like a demo here and a recording here. It's like it's very cohesive, like a cohesive recording. Weren't they kind of a little bit of a controversial band? I haven't read all the liner notes, but they used to get banned from a lot of venues like back in the day and stuff.
I don't like to pretend like I know and I don't. So
okay, all right.
I believe that they're definitely. I know their first wave.
Yes.
Is it something about becoming White Cross at some point as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they kind of broke up, didn't release anything, and then they kind of became White Cross, which is a pretty like famous like first wave hardcore band, right, from that era.
Absolutely.
Of White Cross, right?
Yeah.
And then one of the members was in that band Cletus as well, like later on. But like White Cross is the main kind of band that people know. But this record, man, I love it for a couple of reasons. Well, one, it's like a cohesive recording, and the guitar tone, man. It's disgusting. It's like super filthy guitar tone, which a lot of the bands at that time really didn't have that. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. It was more not clean. This band has this like really super fuzzy, like filthy guitar tone that kind of makes it stand out a little bit. But it's just really basic meat and potatoes, straightforward US hardcore at the time. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to, it's not incredible, but man, it's a great document of like.
I'm going to have to revisit it. I'm embarrassed to say I actually haven't spent enough time with it. But being honest, yeah.
But Beach Impediment always do a great job with this stuff. Oh, and the bass player went on to be in the Prevaricators as well, which quite a well-known like early hardcore band. But I mean, yeah, if you love first wave US hardcore and you want to like dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, like, I mean, I would say check out Red Cross for that filthy guitar tone, which is amazing. There's a massive booklet which I haven't like read through. Looks like they play with a lot of the big bands of the day as well in Richmond and stuff like, back then.
Absolutely, yeah, in like Norfolk and Virginia Beach too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Came out just last year actually on Beach Impediments. A great document of first wave Richmond's hardcore history. There's that. What's the other band? Disarm.
There was a Disarm album. Yeah, that came out. I think they came out together, maybe.
Okay.
Or there was 2 or 3 records that came out at the same time as the Red Cross. I know it was a big drop.
Yeah. Okay. Like old, like first wave Virginia, like Richmond hardcore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. There you go. That's my second pick. Mike.
My second pick is from 2024, Valley Stream in Nassau County on Long Island, New York. In 2016, I saw a hardcore band featuring boyfriend and girlfriend duo Natalie and Michael, and the band was called Flesh Prison, and they were a great band. And as quick as they were here, they were gone. And then they resurfaced as husband and wife and a very guitar-driven indie rock kind of band. And I went to see them, and I was hooked from the first time I ever saw them play live. They put out an album last year on Other People Records. The band is called Family Dinner. And again, you know, couldn't be nicer people. Their songs are great. They're hooky. They're sometimes dissonant, but again, very, you know, boom, 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 very guitar driven, beat driven. Live, they are fantastic. This record really, really catches how they are live as well, which is always nice. You know, a lot of times if you see a band live before you hear the record, a lot of times, you know, any genre of music, the record falls flat. And this did not. I was just completely stoked on this band from the time I heard them. You know, I didn't know what to expect. I went in completely unbiased, even though I had known them previously. And, you know, this is just 12 songs of great, catchy, you know, poppy indie rock. And they've done fairly well for themselves. They've been on tour with Block Party. They've been on tour with Blonde Redhead. They've toured and done shows with Head Automatica. So, you know, they can fit into all those different, you know, subgenres. And then they can also open up for Silent Majority on Long Island and still get a huge reaction. It was produced by Vinny Caruana. Some people give a shit about that. I don't. I never liked the movie Life or any of that stuff. But
is he a famous dude?
Around here he is.
Okay.
He was in that band, The Movie Life. He's in there's a picture of him on the centerfold of the booklet on the CR record.
Okay.
Next to Chris Baldwin.
That's famous.
But it's great. It's great stuff. There's the back cover. And
nice.
Again, you know, I like to do the things. There's the
Let's
stuff.
do the things, Mike.
That's the stuff to read, to listen. They do have a new drummer now who kills. And it's on real purdy looking vinyl. See that? That's real nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that record's great.
Oh yeah,
the record's great. Man. And to Vinny's due, it's very well produced. It sounds fantastic.
It's huge. It's huge, and that's what I like about it too. Because again, a lot of those type of bands, again, they just fall flat in that department. And this is just a giant record. You know, I listen to it fairly often. It's a great summer record. You know, Horny Beach Trash is a great song. You know, Manic Pixie Dream Girl. They have a bunch of videos. There's a bunch of clips of them live on the YouTubes. And, you know, they have their social media pages. Again, if any of what I said sounds okay or even great to you, I would check them out, and I hope you love them too, because
Wow.
I think they're a great
Cool.
band that
Yeah, I
deserve
second
a
that. I
lot
almost
more
pulled.
recognition.
Oh,
I
really?
almost pulled that.
Did you really?
Yeah, because you know what it is, and then I realized that you had seen them recently, so I was like, I had a sneaking suspicion. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold off. But I had about 30 records. To trim down to 5 was impossible. That's why I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Can I do 10?
And they are live. They are just super energetic. Again, a lot of these like indie type bands or pop bands or whatever you want to call them, they just kind of like stand there. You know, the singer is the main focus, but this band is just pure energy from the word go. Their sets are powerful, and you know, I think that probably has a lot from them coming from a hardcore punk background, as they
Right.
brought that kind of energy
Mm-mm.
into that world. And I think you could always tell when bands that go that route come from our world, because they just have that extra punch in the face. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
family dinner.
I was talking about them recently, Mike, and I said,
cool.
like the world has kind of shifted. So like, if the world was still kind of like into guitar driven rock, like I could see them like full blown on MTV. Like they have, they hit all the notes where it was like, they're catchy. It's so well produced. Everything sounds huge. Their videos are well done. Like they just check all the boxes. It's just
that good,
2025, and it's just not the way anymore.
Right.
But I like thinking back to when I was, younger. I was like, oh, that would have hit. That would have hit right in the, right in the TV screen. I would have been like, I love that band.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this was a band like I don't even know how I came to know them, because somebody must have fed it to me. It might have been you, Mike. I don't know. But it was like an instant click. I was like, this record's awesome.
Oh wow.
So yeah, kudos, great pick.
Like if the Coppers of the world had an iota of the energy and chutzpah that a band like this has, they could have been huge. But I only wish great things for these guys, for sure.
Yeah, I love that record. It's really good.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. Wow.
God looks out for fools. That's what it's called.
Okay, thanks, Mike. All right, beautiful.
Awesome.
All right,
Bobby. Let's see what next.
He's got about 20 as well, right down there. 21.
I'm now realizing that
I have records everywhere right now.
I'm realizing I'm wearing a T-shirt for something I brought.
That's okay.
Unintentionally. So I was like, should I save it for later? Or should I just get it out of the way now? And I'm just gonna get out of the way now. It's the new End It. Came out on Flat Spot Records. Baltimore hardcore.
Nice.
It's their second LP, but technically maybe their first full length. I think the first one was like a one-sided EP. So it's like 16 tracks. Very, very straightforward Baltimore hardcore. If you're into like Trapped Under Ice, even Stout, Next Step Up. It's hard. It's fun. They've been extremely active the last couple of years, and like on this new album, they really made all these music videos that are they're incredible. They did like one where they all filmed themselves. They filmed a bunch of kids playing as them, like in a half pipe, which is pretty funny. And they did one where they like copied a bunch of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and like Twisted Metal and Grand Theft Auto kind of stuff.
Wow.
And there's another video where it's like celebrity deathmatch ripoff, and they've just been like, I don't know. There's almost a video for every song on the record.
Wow.
They did a weird Maximum Penalty cover. And I say weird because it's one of the slower, singier ones, which is not my first guess. And I've just been really enjoying it. They've been kind of on tour nonstop, and I'm a big fan. I did not intentionally wear the shirt to go with it, but I guess I did. So
they are Baltimore resident and the king of Baltimore hardcore. Tony Pence says they're an incredible band. And did we ever get to the bottom of that shirt, Bobby?
I don't know if we should.
Is that unairable?
No, I think the answer is not legal.
Okay.
Just to answer that question. I don't think it's official.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. You can text me if you want to know.
Okay. Text,
yeah,
email, or phone Bobby if you want to know the story of the end.
Drop me a message on MySpace. We'll answer. Completely honest. Yeah, but they're definitely like another one of my. No, it's fine. It's all good, Tony.
So is End It like more like old school hardcore, or is it like hardcore for the hard, or like is it?
No, I'd probably say it's more old school. It's very fun. I mean, there's a lot of bands. There's like how many factions of hardcore today? Like,
I know, right?
Right. It can mean whatever you want at this point, but it's definitely got its heavier moments. It's definitely fun. I'd say it's for everyone. They're really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Tony, do I have to answer?
Well, now we want to know the story.
Yeah, of course, right? after the show, you'll tell us.
Oh yeah.
And I'll secretly record it and put it on the Patreon.
For the Analog Attack Patreon, where you get to let everybody watch the extra 30 minutes where we get real honest.
All right, that's a great pick.
It costs $100.
And then you get to see whether or not we have pants on.
Oh, definitely not.
I assure you, I do.
Yes, your wife told you to, right? Oh, here we go. More leeway to it than You End It has more leeway to it than
I can see it's a bit more singy.
Okay.
Yeah, that singer of that band is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things when they play live is he like will in an interlude kind of a cappella whatever he's feeling at the moment. So he'll sing like a soul song, or like last time when they played Richmond, like last month, he came out and sang a whole George Strait song. Like the band's not playing anything. He sings whatever he's fucking feeling that day, and it's just a nice little added extra for a gig. They're
cool.
The between song banter is amazing. Akil's their singer has an Instagram, and he's been political since day one, and he's real honest and candid. So if you're looking for some really honest reviews of life in America right now, he's a great beacon to go check that out on Instagram.
Gotcha.
But shout out to all those dudes. I think they're one of the best also right now.
Beautiful. And it's brand new. It's new, right? 2025.
Yeah, maybe a month ago.
There you go. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Frank.
All right. I'm going to go a little heavier this time around, but keeping some attachment to my 90s. This band is from Seattle, Portland area. It was, I don't know if I announced it as my album of the year in 2023, but it's a album that I will say hit me almost as hard as the first time I heard Neurosis Through Silver and Blood.
Wow.
And oddly enough, it was put out on New Rock Records. The band is Great Falls. And the album's called Objects Without Pain. They tie into the 90s. The singer guitar player was the bass player in a band called Undertow in the 90s out of Seattle. He went on, started playing a band called Playing Enemy, which is equally a great band. Great Falls, I think this is like their third true LP, but this one just hit like a ton of bricks from the opening song. It starts out very simple, just kind of like a real, just kind of strummy guitar, and then just these vocals come in that are just chilling, and then the bass kicks in, and it like the hairs on, well, not the hairs on my head, but elsewhere just stood up on end, and absolutely blew me away. And why I hearkened it back to Through Silver and Blood is because I distinctly remember the first time listening to Neurosis Through Silver and Blood. I was in my friend Rob Marinelli's car, and he was like, "I got the new Neurosis," and we were like, "Throw it on." And when you put it on, it has that build up in the beginning of Neurosis, and then when it kicks in, you have this reaction, and that's how I felt about this record. And the record is heavy as could be. There's slow, fast, like every genre under the niche grouping is in this record. It's just amazing for a 3-piece band to emanate the sounds that they do is it just blows my mind. And to have something so beautiful in completely ugly music is, to me, a testament to how good they are. So, good, Great Falls, Objects Without Pain. I can't recommend it enough. I was lucky enough. My band played with these guys in September, and just lived up to the billing. Like, just everything. The sound was perfect. The drummer better live than record. Like, it was just everything hit. I absolutely can't say enough about this record. I usually go, like, if you ever come to a show and you ask me like what I listen to, this is usually the record. I'm like, have you ever heard? And then I usually gush about it. So
I can't believe that went under my radar because, you know, I had deep connections to all those Undertow guys in the 90s, and that sounds right up my alley. And when you talked about being in Bob Sauce's car and that listening to that Neurosis for the first time, I got goosebumps because that's my favorite Neurosis record.
Wow.
It just, yeah, because it was, you know, like I distinctly remember all the different times. So like I know listening, I think I was with you, Mike, like listening to Souls at Zero, and like, you know, like all the different times in my life. Like Neurosis is one of my favorite bands ever, and I connect a lot of times in my life where I'm like, oh, that time was this record, or that time was this record, and these are the times that stick in my head. Like I'll never forget that day in Rob's car and being just like, what am I listening to? And I had the same reaction when the bass kicks in.
Oh wow!
First song of that record, you're just like, oh my god! The first song is like, it's like 8 or 9 minutes long, and it has so much in those 8 minutes that you're just like, this is amazing. I've
written full records that aren't 8, 9 minutes long.
I know, and someone like me with the attention span of a goldfish is hooked.
I'm looking forward to listening to this.
Yeah, it's a really great record. Now, I have to preface it because usually I should have prefaced this, but I have to, like, an amendment to it is the vocals tend to be where people go, I love everything but the vocals.
Oh, really?
To me, I love them just because they're so visceral and so natural. I'm in, you know, but some people I think want maybe like a heavier voice on it, or maybe they think because it's on New Rot and it's, you know, somehow been you know, described as Neurosis, like they expect those Neurosis vocals, and it's just a little bit higher register. I just love it because to me it's honest and natural, and that's what I love, you know.
Wow. So
love it.
This is great. I'm learning a lot tonight, which is it's always a pleasure to like hear about like a lot of stuff that I've never heard of before, so I'm happy. My next pick, I'm going to change my order again. Just to kind of tie in with Mike's last pick, because this record is kind of on the cusp of indie rock and kind of melodic hardcore. Frank knows about this band because he bought their first LP based purely on my incredible description of the first LP, and Frank went out and bought it. I think he's bought the second LP too. I just got the second LP from my buddy Jay. It's an American friend of mine who lives in Tokyo. He's an amazing singer and an amazing songwriter. And I think this band, I don't know, this band is probably underrated, I want to say, but I think they deserve to be big. They're an amazing band. It's the second full-length LP by the one and only Fever Moon, out on Steadfast.
Oh!
Okay, hold up for a little bit. I've got to get the thumbnail. There you go.
Let me get.
Yes.
There you go. All right. So I'm not going to say the name of the record because it's like YouTube doesn't like this word. Okay, so that's what it's called. Okay, it's the second LP. It's Jay, my buddy. He is an amazing songwriter. He's just got a solo record out too, like at the same time, which I haven't heard yet. But yeah. It's like it's what you're talking about. It's like if this was maybe in the 90s, it's like that 90s like indie rock, which is on the cusp of like, okay, so it's like a bit of Dinosaur Jr., like Leatherface, And then bands like Iron Sheik and Roach Squad, who also kind of sound maybe Sugar, like Jawbox, I don't know, all that great stuff executed perfectly with a massive production, like the record you were talking about, Mike. Massive, huge, warm production, fuzzed out guitars. Jay has a real nice husky voice. I know for a fact that a lot of pain and suffering went into this record because I know what Jay was going through when he made this record. I'm not going to say what it is like now on air, but you can feel it in the record. It's dark and uplifting. And Mario from Off and Rocket from the Crypt plays drums on this record.
Insane drummer.
Right.
No,
and he was on the
absolutely.
show a few months ago. He's a lovely bloke, and I want him back. And he plays the drums on this record. And there's a bunch of other guests, people from like Mile Marker. You know that band, Mile Marker? I don't know. There's a guest, there's like little guests that like do a solo or whatever. Man, really, this is like Jay's baby. It's his brainchild. He wrote all the songs. And man, if you like what I'm kind of talking about, that indie rock on the cusp of melodic hardcore, man, you can't go wrong with Fever Moon. As Frank will attest.
100, Mike.
There you go.
Just
That's
for
the
you.
first album.
So what impressed me a lot too is the amount of collaborations within the songs. So the record Back to the Whip is so catchy. And again, like you said, it's got that guitar driven rock.
Yeah.
That it's so well produced, so well, and the songs are so well written. So
yeah.
I fell in love with it. I just got the new record, so I haven't had a chance to fully listen to it. But
right.
That was so. When I knew I was coming on, I'm like, I have to show these records just to let you know that it's like there's people paying attention. I take notes. I go listen to, if I don't know something, I go find it, and if I like it, I pick it up. And Fever Moon hit. And so when I bought the Back to the Whip, they I also got, I think he sent me 2 CDs that I have to check out too.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which might be earlier stuff.
Yes, it's kind of different now, right? Maybe one's just acoustic, maybe. I think
I haven't got a chance because as soon as I put Back to the Whip on, I was listening to that. I haven't got through all the other stuff. But looking forward to listening to the new one as well.
I mean, I got it. Okay, I'll come clean here. They tried to deliver it on Thursday. I was at work. I went to the pub yesterday after work. Got back just in time to have this record delivered, and I spent like 3 hours drinking beer, listening to this record, and being like, it's a moving record. I mean, I know because I know like the backstory of it a little bit about what Jay's been going through, and it comes out in the music. And I was drunk. I cry easily. I was crying and like all that kind of stuff. It's a great record. He's a great songwriter. He's a great guy. Support. You can get it in the UK. It's on in the US. Sorry, it's on Steadfast Records.
So that's where I picked it up. So Steadfast has mine. I don't know if yours is on colored. Mine's on an orange.
No, I just got the basic black from Jay.
Yeah, it's actually a very nice like orange black.
Okay.
Very nice, but that's through Steadfast, and I think when I ordered it, I got it within 3 days. It was very fast shipping. It was very good.
Well, but you should get some for the store.
Yeah. I was gonna ask who released it. So
Steadfast and Sweet Cheetah. I don't know too much about Sweet Cheetah, but great record. Great record.
Yeah. Definitely gonna check that one out for sure.
Yeah, check it out. He's a guy that's
new as well.
He's a really hard worker. He does a lot of art. He's just writing songs all the time. He's really passionate about what he does, and if anyone can like support him, it would be great. So check it out.
Awesome.
All right, Mike, what's your
all right?
Round 3, right?
Is this number 3? Round 3. All right. The owls or the records are not what they seem. We're going into the reissue portion of the Mike D Show.
God, I'm going to change my order again for the next round to fit in.
Oh, nice. So I'm going to set a scene for you.
Okay.
1985. I had long hair and a mustache, and I'm sitting in one of my friend's kitchens, and we just had gotten a demo tape in the mail, and we listened to it, and we were just like, this is the greatest shit ever. And I had wished, and I still have my demo tape actually, but I'd always wished that it had been pressed on vinyl. And there was a phone number on the demo tape. So of course, being teenagers were like, let's call the phone number. And we called him, and the guy answered, and he was with some of the other guys from the band. And we had like this, party between Staten Island and New Jersey on the phone. And it was fun. And that always stuck with me. And my bands have played with this band a couple of times. And this is a reissue of their demo on vinyl by Generation Records. New Jersey drugcore thrashers.
Yes.
Now, I won't tell you what those letters stand for. If you have the demo, I don't want some of the more sensitive listeners to get all uppity and ask you to not have me on anymore.
Okay.
So we'll keep it at that.
Okay.
That band that I was in at the time we made that phone call used to cover Spooge and Country Pig, which made no sense in the world, but my mother would get very angry when we would play those songs in my basement. It's irreverent, it's as un-PC as it gets, but this is one of the pioneers, one of the uncredited pioneers of crossover, and I'll die on that hill. And they toured Europe with Youth of Today. I think they got thrown off the tour, but from what I remember talking to John and Ray about, they actually got along. I mean, what Lethal Aggression was singing about was not that much different than what Murphy's Law was singing about.
Okay.
Right? Except these guys were, dirty Hesher guys, not skinheads. So, they got looked down upon more by the hardcore kids. But I've never not loved this demo. And it got a great, great reissue, vinyl pressing by Generation Records. It's got the demo, which I will not name. It's got some comp tracks and some unreleased songs. Kill Your Idols got to play with Lethal Aggression. Deathcycle got to play with Lethal Aggression. Great, great guys. John Saltz, unfortunately, left this mortal coil in 2016. Sad. He was a very, very nice guy. They were funny, and the musicianship was awesome. I mean, that guitar player and that drummer were particularly excellent at what they did, and they were down, like they were into, New York hardcore and as well as metal. So they liked the Crumbsuckers, they liked Celtic Frost, they loved New York City Mayhem, which was they were very similar to New York City Mayhem, maybe a little more metal because the songs were longer. So Lethal Aggression from the demo pressed onto vinyl.
I just looked it up. I had to.
So I gotta be, I'll say it out loud 100 times later on. But it comes with an amazing booklet, right? This booklet is so good. It's got 18 billion pages, and it's all pictures. And comically enough, and I know the guys from Generation, and I know why, but the lyrics were not printed. And this pressing of 200 comes on a very greeny green vinyl. It holds up to this day. So many of the bands that I've listened to over the years, even over the last 20 years ago, don't hold up like this does. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's a must hear.
Wow.
For sure. If you could get past the lyrics, if you're a little too sensitive, maybe put on some big boy panties and listen to it like that. Lethal Aggression demo, repress on Generation Records. Rest in peace, John Saltz, New Jersey drugcore thrashers.
I've got the LP. What's it called? Life is Hard.
Life is Hard. And then it's ...
Yes.
I have that too. It's on red vinyl. That was pressed only in Europe, and that's what they toured Europe for with Youth of Today.
I've got that. How different is the demo to that record? Is it's similar?
I mean, it's very, very similar.
Okay.
The demo is a lot more demo-y.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? It's a more produced version of the demo. Like, I really do like the record, and I even they did a couple of things afterwards that got no attention whatsoever. But that demo, that was at a time, 85, 86, when every demo was a superstar. Everyone that you heard was just one after the other. But that one's the one that's on top. That is on top of especially of that version. If they weren't as dysfunctional as I know and heard they were, they could have been the Crumbsuckers. You know, they were just great at what they did. They were fun live. I got to see them a couple of times at CB's. I got to see them at Lemoore with Carnivore. You know,
Jesus.
so
Wow.
I mean that's I think about 6 people watching this fainted by hearing that show even existed, not in a good way. So you know, thank you and good night.
I'll be ordering those for the store too. That sounds great. Dude, Generations had like a hot streak. I mean, they've always been really
Oh,
good.
so good.
I feel like lately they've really been on top of it, even doing their own pressings of stuff. But
yeah, that has a lot to do with
great catalog.
Ron Grimaldi has his hands in on that, you know.
Okay.
And you know, Mark is amazing. Mark's an old school dude. So to me, you know, kudos to him for even having the guts to put that out. So
I think it's not a secret by now, but the No Future like box set is coming out pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
And it's everything except the Blood, who can't be on it for like some weird legal stuff with their old labels and stuff.
But yeah, they've been doing great stuff. You know, they did that Leeway Live record. They did the Enforcer demo. They did the reissues of the Damage records.
Yes, yep.
Which are just, you know, some of the best, most unsung, you know, people that didn't go to shows before 90 have no idea what Damage is.
They did the Undead record, like old UK 82. Which
yes.
Is, print that, which is a great record as well. So
they put out a great compilation. Yeah. He's putting out heavy hitters. Everyone is out of the park. He did a bunch of, you know, AF demo stuff and things like that. Prime stuff.
And a great guy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great dude. Got to get him back on again soon.
Yeah.
So, all right, Bobby.
Awesome.
All
right.
question.
I'm going to have to say what?
No, carry on.
Oh, I'm going to set it down because we got a whole thing to show with it. I'm going to stick with the reissue. But it looks like someone maybe showed this last week. Maybe, but not this version.
Okay.
I was trying to lead up to a joke that I did not hit the punchline with.
Okay.
Hell yes, I cheated. The Swizz box set started shipping. DC band Swizz.
So sick.
Oh no, that hasn't been shown yet.
I think Ebro showed.
Didn't he just show like an old, like the original LP or something?
Yeah. He showed the original of that, I think, on the show.
Okay.
Like a week or two ago, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah. When you sent me the link, it was in there. But
okay.
Really nice box set. Great box. Came with 3 LPs. And every LP comes with a booklet too. Original liner notes. One has like a comic book inside of it, so it's been pretty awesome. Discord, I guess through the original label Sandwich, and so like a split release with Discord. Did it in the same fashion that they did the Discord box set, so they made it really affordable, and it was only like made to order, so you had to do the pre-order, but it was like $60, which was kind of great for such a nice package. Just had to get it like way in advance.
Oh really? But, that's a shame.
They all started shipping this week.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'm trying to find the comic book in the one.
I was hoping to pick that up, but that's gonna be impossible, right? You have to pre-order it.
Well, I think they ran more.
Okay.
I'm sure they printed more, but I don't think it's gonna be as hard to get as the Discord box set. But
okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of assuming that's what they did. They very well may have printed more. I don't know that as a fact, so let's redact that.
I think they did because I got my shipping notification, and I could have sworn I also saw it on the Discord website.
On the wholesale list? Yeah, so it came with like a large size. This is the booklet. Great photos.
I'm a fan.
Actually, I didn't notice they have the show list as well, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the LP or the album that has just like, maybe they all do, but like just the one, like Wash, Burn, or whatever, like the one-word titles? Like it's one, like that's my favorite Swizz material, but I think I forget what the name of that album.
I don't think this is in here. That one is called
Hell Yes I Cheated. Hell Yeah I Cheated, maybe?
Are you talking about Down? I think maybe.
Okay.
Hell Yes I Cheated's in here, and this includes Hell Yes I Cheated, the Rejects Down with Dave. So I think that's the 3 7-inches in as an LP.
Okay.
The third one, I think it looks like another compilation stuff, but I just got it in the mail yesterday. I just opened it, so I actually haven't had a chance to really dive into it. But I believe this is all their material on one place.
Yes.
For the first time, so.
Yeah. Great band. Yeah. Killer guitar player, right? Jason Farrell.
He's so good. And what was
great melodic
too, right?
Blue tip, red hair.
Those red hair records, I've talked about both of them. They blew me away. I was surprised. Like, I don't know why I was surprised, but they're amazing.
Those records seem to fly under the radar. Like, not a lot of people,
right?
Really sunk into it. But those red hair records are awesome.
Joe Gorelick was in that band, right?
Who's that?
Joe Gorelick from Garden Variety and the 52X.
Yeah. I don't know if he's on both of them though.
Okay,
he might, but I know he's definitely.
And I think he was in Blue Tip too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But
beautiful.
Yeah, red hair records are great.
I hope I can get my hands on that. I feel like Disc Union.
There was
a book, right, that came up, right? A book.
There's a book, yeah.
Yes.
There is also.
Disc Union got that, so I'm hoping.
I bet they're on the way. I mean, they have a pretty good relationship with Discord, it seems. So
okay,
I would assume they're going to.
Yeah. Nice.
So
all right,
cool.
All right, Frank, what's your next pick?
All right, third pick is a record of a. Well, I shouldn't even say it's this record, but I wanted to hate this band. So when they first crossed my radar, I was like, just a hype band, and then I saw like their graphics, and they had like a black metal graphic, and I was like, this is awful. But eventually, like most things, because I have to listen to everything, I'm like, let me check it out, and then I was like, oh, I was wrong, and I love you. The band is from Oklahoma, and they are called Chat Pile.
Chat Pile. There you go.
And this is their latest record, Cool World. This record is just it's so good. Because they went from being this kind of like they produce their records to almost sound like the drums are fake. It sounds like a drum machine when it is actually a live drummer. This record actually, I think they kind of toned that down a little bit. I think they realized like maybe people want to hear a live drummer because the drums had a little bit more natural of a sound on this record. But overall, I thought the songwriting took a big jump from the last LP to this LP. But they had a couple EPs put out, and that's kind of where I started in on them. I was like, I think I love this band. And the thing I came to realize is that hardcore bands, everybody gets introduced to hardcore punk metal at a different time, and people wear their kind of love on their sleeves. So I've been describing this band as a group of kids that got introduced to more aggressive and harder music, noise rock, all this stuff, but their entry band had to be Korn, of all things. And I could see Mike D's reaction. But I'm telling you, it works. It works, and it's so good. Like I said, I wanted to hate them. Everything when I was like, and I love them. I absolutely love them. There's some songs on here that are almost like, you could hear, like you were saying, almost like Dinosaur Jr. And it's just because they take the noise rock, but they also incorporate some stuff where it's just a little more atmospheric. But the guitar player on this band he's fantastic. The stuff he comes up with is great. The rhythm section's fantastic. The only thing it takes a lot to get over is, like I said, I have these hang-ups. Like, I don't like, everybody knows me, like I kind of don't really like the black metal aesthetic and stuff like that. And then it was like, why do they have to do this and that? Especially with the logo.
Right.
Then you see like the band members all have like wacky names. I was like, again, I want to hate you. Everything screams, I will hate you. But it's not the case. I love them.
Wacky names.
Well, I think the singer's name is like Raygun, like Ray Gun, like not like Reagan, Raygun.
Like naked,
yeah, exactly,
naked.
Mike. I said you were going to hate everything about this, and I wanted to hate this, but I love it. It's
I'm
one of
gonna
those.
listen.
I feel
It's
like
so
someone
good.
else hasn't someone else shown a chat pile record before on the show.
I want to say,
Chat
I think somebody might have played the second round. God's Country might have been
That
on
yes, yeah,
yeah.
and it might have been Messina. It might be, wasn't it Matt Messina who showed it?
Oh,
I
really?
don't know. Maybe.
I usually
Me-
hate everything he likes, so that
Well,
tracks.
and me and Matt usually align. So that's there you go. Yeah, it's really a great record. It hits. There's moments where you could pick up like moments of like Godflesh,
Okay.
just because it's got some kind of like industrial sounds to it, but it's really just like like guys who listened to kind of like new metal when they were like probably teenagers and then found something else. Maybe they found a Jesus Lizard record or something, and then they were like, hey, what can we do to make our own? So
That's
when I
cool.
say it's like they definitely got interest. Like if I don't know anything about the band other than these wacky names and the music they make, but like if anyone in that band ever told me like I don't like Korn, I would smack them because they're lying. These kids, I am 100% convinced, were all Korn. Like they loved Korn in high school, and then somebody gave them another record, and they were like, and their world opened. And now they make something new, and that's where, like, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like there's going to be bands playing with their introductions to something else things I hate. But what they create out of that, it's great. So can't say enough good things about them. I eat all my words, everything I ever saw. Like I hate that. I'm not gonna hate them. I ate everything. I take everything back. I went back. I bought everything they have.
Wow,
Nice.
Just.
I just
that's
picture
a big pile of chat you've got there.
Yeah, that's just one. I have 4 versions of this record. Like I couldn't stop buying it. I love it.
I pictured you slapping some 50-year-old dude in Junko jeans just now. Stop lying.
Again, hate the band name, hate the logo, hate the wacky names. I want to hate them, but I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I'm going to check that out.
Beautiful.
I've written down so many things tonight.
Great.
I think you're not going to hate it, Mike. I don't think you're going to hate it. I'm not sure if you're going to love it, but I don't think you're going to hate it.
All right.
I'm open. My ear balls are open.
And the new albums are on the Flinzer.
Yes, that I think the last
early
one was
stuff's
too.
on Reptilian.
Yeah, the EPs were on Reptile Records, and then
Baltimore.
Reptilian.
Yep.
He was from Baltimore. I think he's in Texas now.
Okay.
He moved.
Chris, is that his name? Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
He was a great guy. Well, Artie used to live down there, and he worked there, I think, for a while too.
So did Tony, right?
Tony
worked there. Yeah.
Chat pile. I'm going to check it out actually.
This is one of the EPs. This is on Reptile.
And they did like a movie soundtrack too, I think.
Yeah, they did a movie soundtrack, and then they did a collaboration LP. I don't have it yet, but it's I think it comes out this week. I forgot who they did the collaboration with, but that's coming out now. But yeah, they did a movie soundtrack, 2 LPs and a bunch of EPs.
Very interesting. I'm intrigued, to be honest.
Good stuff.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the reissue theme and listen. Bear with me on this one. It's an obscure band, but don't be deterred by the obscurity. If this band had been around like 4 years earlier in the UK, I think they would have been up there with the Mob and Zounds and all those amazing anarcho-punk bands of the era. That also applies to Kama Sutra, who are in a similar situation. The band Kama Sutra, La Vida es un Mus just released that LP that was really late, like from 85. And this is kind of a similar situation. This band, I mean, they're incredible. And they only put out one 12-inch when they were around in 87. And it was out on Meantime Records in the UK. And Meantime Records put out the first Leatherface record and tons of like melodic hardcore from the UK at that time. They even put out like Sore Throat and stuff like that. But it was a very important label. I think this 12-inch was like not one of their best sellers. They're kind of like an obscure band, but finally, like every song that they recorded has been put on a double LP. Now, a double LP by a band you've never heard of that are obscure might not sound very attractive. I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite reissue of the year, and there's been a lot of good reissues, including this one, which I look at this, Mike. I just got this last night. the special double OB version.
Whoa.
This is not my pick. I just wanted to show it. But reissue is the key here. Reissues, right? So let me introduce you to the Crow People. Double LP called Wasteland. Man. Okay, let me try here. So yeah, it's got the 12-inch, the 4-track 12-inch, which is amazing. And there's everything in this band from like early New Model Army, like early Killing Joke, like early Sisters of Mercy, early Pill, all the anarcho-punk from earlier, like 4 years earlier, like Zounds and the kind of darker anarcho-punk. But this is like 87 that 12-inch came out. So it's like, it's after the fact, right? It's just out of time, like that people had moved on and like weren't really listening to that stuff. And they obviously recorded a whole bunch of other stuff. It's absolutely incredible. I posted a couple of songs on the social medias this week, and people were like, man, how did I never hear about this band? This is amazing. And so hopefully people are going to be buying this record. It's on Crackle Records in the UK. Crackle Records was and still is like a more of a DIY, like pop punk kind of a record. They put out Dillinger 4 in the UK and like Crocodile Dog, God, and they did a J Church thing in the UK. But it's funny, actually, because as you go through the like songs chronologically, by the end of the record, this band is kind of sounding a little bit like Leatherface, because the later recordings are from 1994. So it's from 85 to 19. I can't believe that this stuff wasn't released. It blows my mind. It's so good. I don't know why all these songs didn't get released. As I say, it blows my mind. I mean, honestly, you can check it out on Bandcamp. I don't know. They were from Doncaster, which is like a grim town, industrial town in the UK. My granddad was actually born in Doncaster. He was a coal miner. It's very dark record. I mean, like Crow People, Wasteland, Crow songs. I'm telling you, incredible stuff. This is, there's been some great reissues this year. This is my favorite reissue of this year.
Sounds great. I'm not familiar with
check
them.
it out.
A lot of people are. I mean, they only had, like I said, like one 12-inch, 1987. Then they were gone, right? I think it might kind of blow you away, like how
I'm excited. I mean, everything you named, like Zounds and Mob and stuff.
It's got all that stuff, and yet,
I'm excited.
But I'm saying that, and yet they sound like nobody else. They have a totally unique sound. Nobody sounds like the Crow People. So if you can get hold of this, I don't know if there's any US distribution.
I'll check.
Crackle
I'll
Records,
look into it.
But you can listen to it on Bandcamp. But hopefully people can get it in the States. Absolutely incredible. I'm in love with this. I've been playing it to death like the last few weeks. So that's it.
That's awesome. I'm
going to check that out.
Definitely digging.
I've already checked it out if you're interested in all the things that I tried to say. Just now.
I trust you, Mike. I'll check it out.
Look at the cover. It's like this grim, kind of grim
cover.
Yeah, it's like it's like a council, like a housing estate in the north of England, a socially deprived area, just great stuff. All right, Mike.
All right, I'm going to continue on with reissues since some scallywag already put the record of the year on here. Deadguy's latest record.
Oh, want to talk about showing the record off?
He's done it again. I've got another tie-in. Well, let's see. Carry on, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't talk about that because someone else did, but it's the record of the year. And if you disagree, I'll meet you anywhere to fist fight. So I'm going to continue on with the reissues. And speaking of weird, funny names, this record came out in 2004 originally and was not released on vinyl until this year. They did a great job at it. Funny names like Slasher and Black Flame, although Black Flame did not play on this record. And Black Flame plays on the record that I accidentally gave to Bobby in my record collection that I sold him. But this is the Sultan's second record, Shipwreck.
Oh,
this
wow.
record is perfect from beginning to end.
Mike, I didn't know that had been reissued on vinyl.
Yes, Swami Records just reissued it. And this is, I mean, the first record blew me away. Right?
Mate, I found that on vinyl like a couple of years ago, and I was so happy.
This record is a completely different band, a completely different sound. The first record was very like punk. It was very driving, very just like, you know, no nonsense. You know, we're in the garage with a 4-track and we're going to record this record. And because it's John Reese, it's going to be brilliant kind of thing. This record is just as brilliant, but in a different way. You know, it's a lot more jangly than the first record, a lot more, you know, clean MIDI kind of tinny guitars. Sorry, Tony.
You got to get in quick.
I believe Speedo's brother is also in this band.
Okay.
I can't say enough great things about anything that Speedo has done.
Me too, man.
This has been one of my top records since it came out.
The Swami Jean Race record from this year is incredible.
Fantastic.
I mean, so he put out
the man does no wrong.
Oh my God, the last 3 that came out back to back to back were all just one more brilliant than the next. And that last one with the clock on the cover, right?
Yes, yeah.
I almost pulled that for this episode.
I've already shown it, Mike.
There you go. But
yeah, you got it in early.
I have not stopped listening. Yeah, that one. I've not stopped listening to this again since I got it again on vinyl. The aesthetic is absolutely brilliant. You know, anything John Reese ska breakup record. Hey Tony, you got any of those Descendants creations with the Obies left? But yeah, I can't say enough about anything Reese does. I mean, I miss Rocket from the Crypt. I know they play sporadically. So the Swami John Reese records have been filling that void. And this again, you know, when this first came out in 2004, it was on CD, and I was like, well, I'm gonna play that one till it dies.
Right.
This is going kind of the same way with the vinyl. You know, it's got a nice insert, like some nice photo booth pictures, and look, motorcycles because they're tough guys, I guess. Lyrics. And this one, even though the black was more rare, all 3 of you know me enough to know that I'm always going to go for this.
You got all of them.
I like pretty things. I don't know how many were pressed of this, but I went for this one anyway. The Sultan's Shipwrecked.
Oh man,
absolutely brilliant. Aesthetically, orally, all of it. It's just great guitar rock, you know, and not like Creedence Clearwater Revival guitar rock, like, you know, just jangly. It sounds like a record that would be called Shipwrecked. Let's put it that way. Nice. You know, tikis and skulls and sailor hats and motorcycles and bullshit.
That sounds like Turbo Negro.
I bought both copies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because the day they announced it, I immediately text Mike. I'm like, Sultan's record, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then so so that day I bought the black, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. And then I saw it came out on the colored. I'm like,
Frank's normally
have that one too.
People that text me when something's coming out that he knows that I might sweat if I miss. So I appreciate
I anything John Reese related, I'm instantly going to you. Like it's because I know we're on the same wavelength with that. Like the man can do no wrong in my book. I love everything that man touches. That record is awesome.
Yeah. I just reconnected with an old friend of mine from the Serpico touring days who's from San Diego, who used to be John's neighbor and tennis partner. and he's always like hooked me up with some things, and he wanted to buy a record off of me, and I just sent it to him because it was great to reconnect with him, and in return he sent me the coolest autographed picture of John Reese, and it is now framed.
That's awesome.
Over there.
That's awesome.
Because and I had some Rock from the Crypt guitar picks that I had gotten when they played the Bell House quite a few years back. So I put those in the frame. I am aside from, maybe Piggy, as far as influences on the way I play guitar, John Reese is definitely up there.
Oh yeah.
Not that I feel that I'm close to how he plays, but he's in. It's as far as the shitty guitar solos I do, they're definitely Ace ripoff. and stylistic, I'm a one-trick pony when it comes to guitar solos, and they're all Ace Frehley pentatonic scale ripoffs because I hate doing solos. But as far as stylistically, it's John Lisa, John Reese, and Piggy, hands down.
I still got to find you a copy of that first record. I'm sorry, man.
No, you don't have to find it. It was my bad. It was bound to happen.
With the ship on it, right?
Yes.
Apparently that's kind of quite hard to find, right? I lucked out a couple years ago and found it in disc union for like suspiciously cheap. But maybe
he'll reissue it. I don't.
I have a feeling he'll get around to reissuing it because it's just it's very his slow rollout. But he's done other reissues, so he might as well do that one as well.
I mean, you left my house with 2,000 records. The fact that only one of them was a mistake is
right.
Good ratio.
Not bad.
I found another picture. I don't remember what it is.
It's got it. I like to take pictures with friends and bands and stuff, and I usually put them in the corresponding records. And I guess I didn't look through them because even when I went to visit Bobby, he showed me a stack of photos.
I was being thorough to make sure he got them. I'll send you a photo. It's in my office.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
Bobby, what's your next pick?
Awesome. Let's see. Old or new?
We've got two more picks, right?
Yeah, I'll do new.
Okay.
Another current group that just put something out. Nuevo Testamento.
Oh.
New EP, Trouble. They're from Los Angeles area. It's like somewhere between the dark wave style, Italo disco. This EP specifically, it's got like the drummer from Sheer Mag playing like an electronic drum kit. This EP specifically screams Madonna, like very specifically, which is really cool standout. And I realize that's like a really bold comparison to make to anything, but like give it a whirl. There's a couple music videos, and man, they're just like, it's funny. They're like, I believe this came out on their own label, the Disco Italia label. They've been playing a lot with like hardcore bands,
right? But they kind of come from the hardcore scene, and haven't they kind of got? They were kind of icy and cold and more post-punkish, and then they've got more and more poppy as they've kind of gone along. Is that
sure? I believe their band members are in other things, like Giacomo's, and he's in Sheer Mag, but he's also was in Torso.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so yeah, it's real kind of cool dark wave. The music videos are really rad, and I think there's a lot of bands doing that style that are kind of boring. I find this to be like really engaging. I've seen some live footage. I haven't caught them live yet. They're coming to town soon. They're doing like a US with Tsunami and Scowl, which is a very strange lineup, honestly, but I think it's cool. They'll get a chance to play to like a large amount of people at those gigs. So I'd love to see them like in a dark nightclub though, but it'll be right. Cool. It's really great stuff. I've even have DJ'd their stuff with like Italo disco. It fits right in.
Wow.
Their catalog doesn't sound new. It sounds kind of classic. Heavy on the synthesizer, really good singer. Yeah, I really like it a lot. I'm glad they're making moves.
You know, this stuff, Bob, it's like there's a lot of groups that like have the sounds, but they don't have the good songs.
Yeah, they have the songs. Actually,
right,
now
right. Okay.
Layouts. I believe it's a one-sided EP that has like lips on the back. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
You know what I'm looking forward to is the new Modem LP from Finland.
Oh yeah,
because they've been getting better and better. Like, I think they started off, the songs weren't quite there, but the last split record they did, the songs were there, and I think this new one is going to
They
be.
just played.
Oh yeah,
They just played here. They're like either finishing and wrapping up their U.S. tour, or man, they're amazing.
that's going to be a future pick in the next couple of weeks. Modem from Finland, duo, amazing.
Yeah, they're synthesizer player. He also plays guitar, but he's in like Foreseen, and I would not know how to say it. His other
Koti
group.
Tuhoa.
I know, yeah, and then
Elicitete.
that was the one I wasn't going to try to say, but yeah, all those bands are folkers.
I butchered that, but yeah, that's Ville. He's doing a lot of things. Very productive fella.
Have you had him on the show?
Yeah, twice.
Okay, I was going to say he'd be a great guest.
Yeah, he's always been great. Yeah, he always comes on with Paco and Jonah. They come as a set. Those three.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy that record. Gets a lot of play.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. I can't stop thinking about the Modem record as well. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it.
What's the name of the new one?
Something like obvious, like modem connected, kind of technology word from the 80s.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments. Someone will know.
Yeah.
All right, Frank. What's your
all right? I'm gonna go not as heavy this time. Go with an Albany band in Jug Church. The album is called Prude. This was their the newest record they have. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with them, but they I love them. To me, they're like a arena rock hardcore band.
Oh,
because I think the songs are big enough. The production's awesome. All the songs tend to be a little anthemic. They lyrically, I think the singer Patrick is a fantastic writer. Hits a lot of notes for me. Again, this was a band that they came out. I think I just kind of got caught up in just buying their records. He had been in what was the old band? Self Defense Family. Which was they were on Death Wish, and they put out they were a band that kind of like they kind of went off the rails, like not in a bad way, but like they started recording just different styles of music and feeding it to hardcore kids. So I kind of appreciated that, because I like when sometimes somebody does something that just hardcore kids hate, but they have to love it because it's on that label or it's that, and then just. But it crossed a lot of lines for me where I was like, this band is doing something that means something to them, regardless of what their base likes. So I was kind of hooked into Self Defense because of that. And then Drug Church started, and again, Drug Church coming up, like, that is a horrible name for a band. And the first record came out, I was kind of like, it's okay. And then everything they put out after just got better and better and better. Then they put out the LP, which was called Cheer, which again, I could have picked out any one of their LPs and been like,
yeah, someone just said like they didn't think anything could top Cheer, but Prude did it for me.
Yeah, it's literally like it's a band that no matter how many years go by, like I'm always listening to them. Like it doesn't matter. Like, so even today, like I just had I had a doctor's appointment, so I'm driving to the doctor's appointment. I listen to their records. Like it's just something I always put on in my car. I always want to listen to it, and then the next LP comes out, and it's the next thing I just want to listen to. Again, there's and again, I'm terrible with song names and stuff. I think it's well, I'm going to screw it up. Whatever case, I don't know. I'll screw it up if I try to name the song. But it's just lyrically, they're songs that just hit for me. And again, it's like everything. Like I feel like they could just be an arena rock band, but they're just a hardcore band. And they also have so many throwbacks to like 90s grunge. It's just I know that I don't know enough about some of these bands to even like speak on them, because I think they're all in other bands, or maybe at least a couple of them are in like more popular bands, but I don't know enough because I can't. To me, it's just enough. Cheer came out. I thought it was the best thing ever, and then their next record came out, which was Hysteria. It topped it, and then you don't think they're going to do it again, and they do it. And when this record came out, there was actually people that in my friend circle that were like, "This record isn't as good as Cheer. It's not as good as Hysteria." And I was like, "Just give it a minute." Listen to it, and then eventually they're like, I can't stop listening to it. It just grows on you, and it's such a catchy record. It hits for it again. Like it's not that abrasive. It's to me it's like a friendly hardcore record. But it just I absolutely love it. Again, catchy as could be, earworms throughout the record. You can't stop, and then just gets hooked in it. I walk around work whistling the songs.
Nice.
Really, really good record. And
the other guys at the station love that, hey?
Yeah, and so it was a toss-up. So this was one of the records where I was like, I almost switched out because I said, like, I'm like, well, I could honestly pick any one of their LPs. And then I also thought, like, well, any of my friends that are watching are naturally going to be like, he's going to pick a Drug Church record because I listen to it all the time. I talk about it all the time. So I was like, well, maybe I don't want to do it and I'll pick something else.
Right.
But then I realized the record I was going to switch it out for, I'm like, I kind of talk about that band equally as much. And then they're going to think like it wouldn't make a difference. It was going to be like an even trade. So I was like, let me just stick. I picked out all these records and then I eventually wound up with my original 5 anyway.
Oh, hey, every goddamn week. Pretty much that happens.
Yeah. You know, I subjected my poor wife. I'm telling her, well, I could do this and I could do that and I could pick this record. And she's just like, just pick what you listen to. I'm like, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I listened to too much.
Right.
So,
well, but you know what? I will say that I really appreciate that you like took this seriously. It means a lot. So thanks for.
I love this show. I try to watch every week. If I don't watch it live, I always try to watch a replay of it. And I really do appreciate it because when you have people on, like, there's so much stuff that I don't know, and I've never heard. So I take notes. I try to listen as much as I can. I mean, there's stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff on here. I'm like, why does anybody listen to that? But other times, like you said, like there's certain things that hit. Like the Fever Moon really hit me, and then like even you and I were talking about the band from Argentina. Fin del Mundo.
Fin del Mundo. Yeah.
There's just things. There's things that hit, and I hope one of my records hits with somebody else. So,
right, I think people can see the passion that shines through when people love stuff that they love. Right? Hey,
I'm obsessive with records, and Mike D could attest to it. Like,
yes.
I'll text him a million things, or like even now, like I'm looking over his shoulder, and I want to rob his house because he has 1 of 15 above his shoulder, and it's driving me crazy that I'm never going to own that record.
That was born in the back of my car, so.
I was psyched. Like I almost didn't text. Like when I got that record on clear, I was like, I don't know if I could tell Mike because I don't know if Mike has a clear one. And then I was like, what am I thinking? Mike's going to have every version of them, and then he has
2 clears.
1 extra. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, show off.
Right. All right. Last round. Hey, we can't talk about the new Deadguy record, but we can talk about something Deadguy related, right? That's okay, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know this record was Deadguy related until a couple of days after I got it, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh man, this is Deadguy related. It's actually a Tim Singer band." And I'm assuming you guys, know this, but if you don't know it, that's kind of even better, right? But you probably do. I think it was like a one and done band. It came out in 2020 on Atomic Action Records, and the reason I bought it was because in the record store it says something like Touch and Go or AmRep meets like Revolution Summer Discord. That's like, well, that sounds pretty cool. And it was like about $10. So I was like, this sounds pretty cool. I'll probably like this. And I got it home and I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. What's this band all about? So I kind of looked it up and it's Tim Singer from Deadguy.
I know what it is.
Oh, yeah, I haven't showed it yet. Sorry, I better show the record. I'm talking about
Bitter Branches.
Bitter Branches.
So good.
It's so good. This may hurt a bit.
Someone just traded the sun today.
Oh,
I'll
really?
check it out. I'll check
What
it
a
out
fool.
tomorrow. I'll check it out tomorrow. Yeah.
But it's
kind
a
of
great record, Bobby.
It kind of the description that the record store put it's kind of accurate. It's like that period of Discord records, the music, but with Tim doing what Tim does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of accurate. I was thinking the same thing too.
That's
That's kind of
perfect description.
the best way to describe it, right?
Yeah.
So there was that, and I was like, man, the guitar. There's two guitarists, and I was like, I loved the guitar playing on this record. So I kind of checked out who the guitar players were, and one of them is Matt Ryan, who was in Cavalry with Ebro.
Yes.
And Jeff Rice and Matthias Weeks, who are like super regular guests on the show. And I was like, that made it even better for me because, like, man, like, I love Cavalry as well. And it's like everything kind of tied together. And like, is this kind of an obscure record? Do people know about this record? Is it like?
I don't know how many people know about it. They actually have two other records as well.
Oh God.
They have another 12-inch EP and a 7-inch EP.
Okay.
I think the 7-inch may have even been on Equal Vision.
All
And the 12-inch EP, I think they released themselves. But yeah, great stuff. And Jeff from Walleye is the drummer.
Yep.
Oh, okay, thanks. I kind of thought you guys would know like a bit more than I did about it, but man, I love it. It's just like this perfect blend of like what we just said. It's like touch and go AmRep meets like that period of Discord, and all the songs are great. The guitar work is incredible. Tim is a little less angry than usual, maybe I want to say, but still pretty vitriolic.
He's just as angry, but he's just kind of, not belting it out as angry. But
the delivery is different.
It's still undeniably a Tim Singer delivery.
This was like one of those blind. Go ahead.
I also like that, for Tim to do something that wasn't necessarily like, you don't want him to do Deadguy 2.0. And in the long run, because that was done between the new Deadguy, I think it would have ruined had the new Deadguy come out and you'd be like, oh, it's just another extension of that. I was so happy when that came out because it's Tim, it's distinctly Tim, but it's just enough where you're like, it's just something else. It's distinct on its own. I love the records that they put out. Mike, you might know better. It's like, it seemed because we're so close regionally that it was just like something like, oh, that's the new Tim Singer band.
Right.
And because of Walleye and it connected. And I forgot, when was it a demo that first came out, Mike? Or was it something coming out originally where it was like, you got a little taste of it? It was before the 12 inches came out.
I just remember the first 12-inch because I think I have a silk screen cover of one of them. I don't remember which one, but I got hip to them. I mean, from Tim's social media, to be honest.
I'll be honest with you. I've held this one back for a few weeks because I knew you guys would appreciate this one, so I held it back because
I know who turned me on to them was this guy, Rich Hall. I don't know his complete connection other than being friends with Tim, but I don't know if he was doing artwork for them or something, but somehow there was a connection, or it might have been even Rich had an art show in Philadelphia, and that might be the connection to it. But I do remember one of my late night talks with Rich and him bringing up like, oh, you got to hear the new Tim Singer band. And great pick, Mike.
Is this one like? Is this one the newest? It's the newest of the records, right? This one, or
that might be the first one. I think the newest one was like it has the house with the smoke coming off of it.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Your Neighbors Are Failures is the full length.
Okay, I'm on the lookout. I'm on the hunt. This has been it was probably like the best like blind buy in recent months was this record. It's amazing. I'm really happy that
I bought it without hearing it because of the pedigree.
Okay, I mean I didn't know, so it was a blind buy for me. But man, I lucked out. It was a good day.
Looking forward to checking this one out.
What's your last?
Oh, that's an awesome pick. Wow. All right, so I'm still on the reissue train. I'm gonna do. This is again, young metal guy with a mustache and long hair. This along with Valley of the Aches, Jody Foster's Army. Valley of the Aches were part of the glue that connects me to my oldest, dearest friend, Mike Casey. This came out in 85 on LSR Records.
Okay.
And there's a connection to Randy Rhoads with this record, but it's a recent connection, so don't get too excited.
Okay.
There was a documentary series on Hulu. I don't remember what it's called. And it was about musicians who had passed on. And episode 1 was Randy Rhoads, so I watched it.
Yep.
I let episode 2 come on, and episode 2 is about Kurt from NME, which this record, Unholy Death,
Oh my God,
is one of the gnarliest records. I mean, this is like clunky, gross. It was recorded live. Hellhammer meets Venom meets Motorhead meets Noise. A very, very underappreciated and also in the same breath influential U.S. black metal record. If you don't know the story behind them, the singer killed his adopted mother with a hatchet and a pair of scissors. Went to prison, got out. They started the band up again, and eventually he died in a car crash, which was supposedly suicide. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that word.
It's late in the show. It's okay.
So the original came out on its own in 85, I believe. You know, I got it strictly because of the cover and the musings of everything that had gone down with the guitar player, not the singer, the guitar player. You know, God knows where my original copy went, and it was reissued in 2012. And this is a triple deluxe reissue. And I say triple deluxe because it's on 3 records. It's on 3 pieces of vinyl. It has the original record, Unholy Death, which is, again, still holds up to this day. You know, a lot of the black metal bands that purposely recorded bad sounding records but didn't do it well like they did definitely took that from them. This is just right, Elway. It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant. It's not pleasant. It's a hard record to get through, but it's a genius record. They did some stuff later on that was
he listens to some unpleasant music.
Yes, it's got like all this. It's got Elway, and it's got the demo on it, which is called Machines of War, which is great. It's got some rehearsals from the original days and 2004. Not necessary, not vital, cool to have. Right. All you really need is that LP.
Right.
Again, it's got a cool book. It's got interviews and stuff in it. All the lyrics and crap are in the gatefolds. And again, you know, it's got 3 really delicious, look, hell yeah, more black metal than Burzum. Just really tasty looking platters. Hugely instrumental in my musical taste, hugely influential on me. Just real dirty post Bathory, you know, pre-Bathory, post Hellhammer, U.S. black metal. Just I can't say enough great things about that record. And I hadn't listened to it in a bit, and then I saw that documentary come on. I texted Mike right away, like, you'll never believe what I just saw on goddamn television, because the other ones are all like mad mainstream people, and then there's Kurt from NME. So whoever was involved with this documentary series definitely like knew what's up, and through the thing, because it's an intriguing story and it's an unreasonably good record. So if that's your ilk, if you like the first Bathory record and you like Hellhammer and you like, you know, the Mayhem demo stuff, you're gonna love this.
Where was the documentary showing?
It was on the Hulus. Yeah.
I
forgot what it's called, but if you just look up, you know, Hulu Randy Rhoads documentary, you'll see what it is. It's part of a series. And I like shook my head. Like when it said NME, Up Next NME, I thought it was going to be something about New Musical Express.
Nice.
Right? And I was like, not in a billion, like I probably got up, got a an unsweetened iced tea and took a piss and came back, and it was already started. And I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" You know,
That's
I
wild.
rewound it. And great record. It's just clunky, noisy. You know, it recorded entirely live, probably all first take. You know, just you can even tell like some things are a little off here and there, but that's what makes those types of records really good.
I kept looking over there because I have exactly the same like triple LP.
Oh, right on.
And I can say that it is unpleasant, but unpleasant in a pleasant way.
Yeah,
it's bad as in good, right? Like
actually, I feel like I had two of these because
Okay.
I think you have another one of these for me, Bobby.
It looked familiar when you pulled it out. I was like, oh, you must have had duplicates of that one.
Into the Void. Thank you. It's called.
Thanks.
It's
Thank
called
you.
Into the Void.
Thank you. Thanks.
The whole series is really cool. They did when Judas Priest was getting sued for making kids commit suicide or whatever. Again,
That's it. I'm dropping F-bombs the rest of the way out.
I'm thinking about the electronic band from the 80s, not the act.
Beautiful. I
this.
heartily recommend that as well.
It's not hard to find. I mean, if you can find an original for a decent price, Gary, yeah, it's
the
Void.
We just
if you can find an original, or I think it was also reissued on its own, maybe about 2016 or something.
I looked into that, and the cheapest way to get it is that triple LP. Like
right, exactly.
Right.
Who did that?
For like $40.
Oh.
This is on a label called Dark Descent.
Oh, I know Dark Descent. Okay, cool.
Dark Descent. That's like one of the best like contemporary like death metal labels.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
like
and
20,
it's an angry record.
Yeah.
You know, it's an angry record. It's definitely, there's nothing contrived about that record. These were, metal kids who loved beer, weed, Satan, and broads. Like, and that's,
And you sipping unsweetened iced tea.
yes.
Right.
Oddly specific.
Yeah. All right, Bobby. What's your last pick?
All right. So, something I picked up again kind of recently. Local friend of ours who's like a radio station DJ is going to be moving back to Japan, so he was unloading a bunch of records to go back to Japan that were a lot of Japanese imports.
Oh wow!
And got this cool I'm not sure the year the album came out. 73. It's like singer songwriter, but she was also an actress. Meiko Kaiji.
Oh, okay.
And so she was like songs were heavily used in like Kill Bill, which is probably my introduction to it. But I found out today she was actually the actress in Lady Snowblood.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think other things as well. It's
Bobby,
really
shut up.
cool.
Okay, it's such a great looking record. We've got to have a better look at
I'm
it.
sitting so badly.
It's okay. Just put Mike Occasion in front of your face. It would be much better.
Yeah.
That's actually okay. So a lot of her stuff is a bit schmaltzy and a bit like, but I think that's one of the the best ones. It's kind of a little bit darker.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, in general, it's like
it's enka
pop. It's
enka. Yeah.
Folk. What did you say?
It's enka, like traditional Japanese like music, right?
Yes. Yes. This one's definitely like more folky, but kind of like it's darker. It's creepy. I mean, if you think of if you can't like really name some of the cooler tracks that were like in the Kill Bill or like a Quentin Tarantino, it's very moody. It's extremely moody. I don't want to go as far as saying it's psychedelic because it's definitely pop. It's very different. Kind of got it on a whim because he was just selling stuff to unload. But as we were listening to the whole thing, it's like that whole album, start to finish, is really, it's actually an incredible record. And I think there's two from that era. I think the one before that also, but yeah, the rest of it's kind of,
it's a minefield because she has a lot, and there's a lot of like greatest hits and stuff, and like they look really good with the obi and the photography and everything. Then it's like this is like really schmaltzy, but that one
was 1973. If that helps when you're digging around in the catalog, but yeah, it's moody. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I don't
This is
know.
like
It was
iconic,
cool.
and that whole look and everything. It's like iconic look, and I
Absolutely.
love that era of like 70s. I've talked about so many recently, like early 70s or 80s, like female like singer songwriters. There's so many amazing ones.
It's tough when we're shopping over there. If you don't quite know it, that's a real gamble to like take a risk on that
Right.
genre. There's so many that are just kind of
I'm
flat.
I've got one here actually that I.
Sure, yeah, I'd love to see something.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'm not going to
Yeah.
one with like more
It's all
records.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my last pick. But
Beautiful. That's a great pick. Frank,
Yeah.
the last
All
pick of the day.
All right.
No
I'm
pressure.
I have a last pick, and then if you will indulge me on an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
But so this one's like twofold.
Okay.
I have this record as one of my album of the year picks so far. This is their. See, I think this might be their fourth LP. Band's from Louisville, Kentucky, and it is Young Widows. Album is Power Sucker. This is the special edition version. And what they did is after the record had come out, the artwork on it was done by our friend Rich Hall. And the record came out just as he passed away. So the band did a run of special editions, came out with this, and then also came with a screen print of additional artwork that he had done. So this is different than the actual, this is closer to the actual artwork of the record. Special edition was on, I'm doing the mic bit. It came out on a pinkish red vinyl. I think they did 100 of them, and all the money generated went to Rich's widow, Carrie, who is a beloved friend of Mike and I, and his son, Cillian. Love this record. Not sure if you guys are familiar with them, but they're like a noise rock trio. Started out, I was introduced to them via the band Breather Resist, who I think is actually having a reissue this year for Record Store Day. But Breather Resist was was a band that like hit every note for me. They're just like a wall of noise band. And when I first saw that, I saw them with Anodyne, and both bands, I was like, yeah, just like everything hit. Loved them. I was hooked. So instantly, like anything anybody does from Breather Resist, I was going to be kind of like a lifelong fan, which turned into like Coliseum, and then Young Widows. Every record they put out, again, they started. The first record was Settle Down City, very Jesus Lizard Worship, but just like a perfect noise rock record. And then the second LP was Old Wounds, and just floored me. I was hooked. Doesn't matter what they do from now on, I'm going to be a Young Widows fan. This record was kind of so then the records that came out after were a little more low key. Definitely like feeling like, they were kind of experimenting a little bit more. It wasn't so based in noise rock. This record came out and it is like kind of like a throwback mixed in with some of the later stuff. It's fantastic. The rhythm section of Young Widows is probably unparalleled. They're amazing. The bass player and drummer are just fantastic, and it lets the guitar player just kind of go off. Love this band. I tried to hit records that really like spoke to me and kind of like describe who I am. This record is like one of those things. Like I don't think earlier in my years I could say like I would have loved this record, but as I just progressed in things I listened to, I felt like they came along with me. I love them. Love this record. I'm very happy that they had done something because I know how much it meant to Rich that he was able to do the artwork for this record. Spoke about it in length before he passed. Was excited for it to come out. and then unfortunately he passed before it actually came.
Mm.
But again, it was amazing that the band could do something for the family. It came out, the actual press is on Temporary Residence Records.
Okay.
This is that's the regular edition. So you can see it's very similar, but again, kind of hits you in the feels because most of us, if you knew Rich, you loved Rich. He touched a lot of people, and I was very happy that he was able to do this. Just sad that he didn't completely get to see it to fruition. So that's my last pick. I think it's probably my album of the year. It's that good of a record. It's another one of those records I just keep putting on and listening to it, and it's one of those things where I'm like, once I put it on, I'm like, I'm listening to the whole thing straight through.
Right.
Can't say enough good things about him. And that brings me to my honorable mention.
Go on.
Because this has been one of those years, extremely tough year for people in my friend circle, and so Elway's here. He's my best friend in life, but we have another friend named Sean McCann, and Sean McCann got diagnosed with ALS this year. And in our friend circle, we had immediately people turned out to help. Like, we're going to do anything we can, which was amazing. But there was this people who were, they're not, they weren't what I would consider family. They were connected to us, but they were the first people that just said, no matter what you do, we're in, and anything we could do to help, we're going to do. So how it connects to the show is that Matthias put out their latest record.
Okay.
And to that, I wanted to speak about the Kirkby Kiss.
Oh yeah.
Because this
Okay.
band is filled with such amazing people. They put out an amazing record. This record, it's fantastic. And if you're into the 90s hardcore, if you want to say more like an Ebullition or a Council Records style hardcore, this speaks to you. And as good of a record it is, the people are better. So I didn't want to I had it in my 10, and then I'm like, I got to get it down to 5, but how do I get it down to 5? And Mike A was like, I think you could squeeze something in. So thank you, Mike, for indulging me.
Sure.
But these people, like I said, when Sean got diagnosed, it didn't matter any idea we had. And also, with Sean being sick, he was the drummer, is the drummer of my band, Herjaza.
Okay.
And with the progression of his ALS, he could no longer play drums. So we had to find a way to keep the band going while also having a drummer. So we enlisted the help of another drummer, and we've now incorporated. So Sean is still able to be part of the band, doing vocals and doing a damn good job of it, making me kind of obsolete. But again, the Kirkby Kiss people are a constant, because they're constantly saying, hey, why don't you come play with us? Hey, why don't you go do this? Hey, why don't you talk to Matthias? Like, it's just stuff like that, where it's just been, they're absolutely an amazing group of people. And I'm lucky to have people like that in my life. Yeah. And again, like, it just all connects because, it's connected to Mike D. Mike D connected me to you. Everything kind of connects. So that's why I needed to put that in there.
I'm glad you did.
So thank you. Thank you very much for having me and indulging me on that.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
And that's it.
That's it. Great episode. I mean, as you're talking, I'm thinking about someone else that we know who passed away, Bill Chamberlain, and it's we're gonna have a special show for Bill in a couple of weeks.
It's been one of those years, and it's everyone, and so I'm glad people can find joy in music and do it. So
It's been a great show. Thanks everyone for coming on.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone for watching.
Yeah.
We're gonna, even though it's Halloween next week, we're still gonna do a show. Everyone's gonna be out trick or treating. We'll be doing our own kind of trick or treating here on the Analog Attack. It's gonna be a great show. So tune in next Friday at 10 p.m. usual time. Just if anyone out there happens to be in Osaka, Japan, like me, just want to say there's a great gig tonight in our town. Two like legendary hardcore bands, Crow and Frampted, are playing a show tonight. And I wasn't gonna go, but my old friend like Jesse Conway is in town, and it's great to see him. And I think it would be foolish not to go. So I'm gonna keep drinking, and I'm gonna end up at the Crow.
Yeah, keep drinking. What time is it where you are?
It's 1:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, keep going.
You have a solid base.
Yes.
If you stop, you'll just fall asleep.
I've had breakfast. Now it's just like for lunch and dinner, and I'll be ready to. But if anyone's watching who's in Osaka and doesn't know that Crow and Frampton are playing tonight, it's at King Cobra.
That's wild.
American Village in Osaka. So see you there if you're in Osaka and you happen to be watching the show. If you're watching it tomorrow, too late. You missed it. But if you're watching now, I'll let you know if it was a good show or not. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. As usual, we'll be back next week. As always, as I always say at the end of the show, stay healthy and stay clean.